Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you for taking your time to participate in our interview for
You're very welcome.
Heritage Joy Bangla project.
So what is your name?
My name is Abdul Malik.
And how old are you?
Oh, that's a private question. I am 44.
Oh.
Where were you born?
I was born in Bangladesh, 1971.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I do. I'm very fortunate. There's actually 6 brothers and 4 sisters.
Why did you choose Rossendale?
Why I chose, okay, I'll have to answer differently to that question. I didn't have a choice because I came when I was a little lad.
Alright.
So I didn't choose Rossendale. However, even though Rossendale was a default area for me, I love it. It's a lovely part of UK. I've travelled a lot. Rossendale has got a lot to offer. Yeah, more than anything, I love the air. It's very fresh, very green. People are brilliant around here. Not everywhere is good for everybody, but certainly for me, Rossendale is a very nice place. Very nice.
Looking back at it, would you choose anywhere else?
At this moment in time, for the weather, I certainly would. I'd go to Midland, but it's very least to give. I think Rossendale is much better than a lot of places, and I appreciate where I am really.
When you lived in Bangladesh, did you play any games?
In Bangladesh, my memory's not very good, you know. And I was only 6-year-old when I came over, so I have vague knowledge about things we played. I mean, you don't see people playing that anymore. Do you remember the big tyres with a stick? I remember playing that when I was a little boy. I remember swimming in, Fukri pond. That's all I remember really. I don't remember much.
In the time you've been in Britain, what jobs have you had?
Right, question, what job haven't I had? Right, I've had loads actually. I've worked in the catering industry, mainly our Indian restaurants and takeaways. I've worked in shoe factories. I've worked in the local authority, which is the local council. I've worked for the youth service. Currently I'm working for pharmacy. So I've had a varied work experience actually.
So what do you like most about Britain?
What do I like most about Britain? There's a lot of things really. I mean, first and foremost, Britain has, shall I say, given me the opportunity to lead a normal life, in the sense of giving us the opportunity of having good education, good living standards, the welfare support, welfare meaning the benefits support, the transportation, the housing, everything really. That's what UK has given me, and more than anything, UK has given me an identity as a person. You know, you feel part of something, you feel part of as a person, you've got value. I think that's what Britain given me.
Was school different in Bangladesh to here?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't been to schools in Bangladesh when I was a little boy, but when I was a grown-up adult, I have been back and I've visited school. And yes, there is a lot of difference. Firstly, in Bangladesh, your parents have to be rich to put you through an education system. So they have to pay for the school, pay for the teacher, pay for all your books, pens, this and that. And even then, you don't get quality education like you do here. Here, education comes as standard. So when you turn 4 or 5, you have to go to school. You finish primary school, you have to go to secondary school. After secondary school, the choice is yours. But up to 16, you've got to have the education. In Bangladesh, it's not compulsory. Yeah? You don't have to go to school. That's probably why it says a lot about our Bangladesh not developing well. Whereas here, you've got the opportunity. So there is a big difference in schools. The schools, when you go into a classroom, you've got now it's all whiteboard and computers and seats are, you've got lovely seats, lovely table. Teacher gives you folders, they give you books. You don't get anything in Bangladesh like that. Yeah?
Does your children's attitude to culture and religion differ to how yours was as a child?
Wow, very good question. Yes, it does a lot. But, I mean, firstly, let's go to how it was in my days and how I still foresee it. Culture and attitude. I think it's partially it's learnt and partially you take it on board what you see around you. So that molds you. In my era, we grew up respecting people as a standard. You respect your elders. Yeah? For example, having a cigarette, we wouldn't dream of having it in front of an elder. An elder meaning not somebody with white beard. Anybody older than you, you would not dare have a smoke in your... We looked at that as a respect. Yeah? We see anybody older than us or younger than us, first thing we do is salam them. Yeah? To this day, I wouldn't wear a dark sunglasses in front of an elder. But it's a mark of respect, that's how I see it. You know, wearing a dark shade, somebody goes, oh, I feel a bit bad. But youngsters of nowadays, I don't say they're wrong, the understanding is different. To them, culture is probably different to how I foresee it, or how I perceived it. Yeah, nowadays to somebody having a dark shade on in front of me, it probably is not a way of saying he's disrespecting me. But what vital thing is, I think our generation need to also change. It isn't the youths of nowadays. We have to change our attitude as well. Yeah, there's a happy medium somewhere. That's what we have to get on, the what's right and what's wrong. It's no good me saying, well, I never did that, so you mustn't do that. I need to understand, well, why didn't I do it? And was it a matter of respect? Or is there something else I could have done? To you now, wearing a sunglass, I shouldn't say it's a disrespect. There's other reasons behind it. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So, but yes, we are losing identity a bit, but that isn't, I don't think it's a cultural thing, I think it's a society thing. Yeah, we're in a Western society, and our children are in a bit of a dilemma. Yeah, in the sense, they've got a home life, they've got a school life, they've got their own social life, they've got the society around them. So they're in a bigger battle than we were. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So something to yourself, which is okay, to me might look like it's not right, but I need to educate myself to understand why you're doing this. And I think a lot of even our elders, we need to educate ourselves more than just blaming. I mean, blaming is very easy, but I don't think it's right. We need to be all learning all the time. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Fish. I love my hilsha. What's the ilisha? Best fish. It's actually our national fish actually in Bangladesh. Ilisha. It's got a lot of bone, but taste, you can't beat it. I'm very, very, when it comes to food, I love my Bangladeshi food. Anything, I love it. Whether it's fish or vegetables. Vegetable like mukhi, uri. I love that stuff because that's me. Yeah, but at the same time, I love fish and chips. Yeah, it's the national food of this country. I love it. You know, so.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Exactly. But the point is, look, taste everything. Yeah, that's what Allah Ta'ala's given us.
What was your date of birth?
Well, I'll give it you different ways. Date of birth is 29th of November 1971. But if I give another way, 1971 was when the Bangladesh was in war with
India.
Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan.
Yeah, because we were East Pakistan,
And
they were West Pakistan. So we were at full-blown war. So I was born 19 days before the country got its independence.
Right.
So the time of my birth, I wouldn't like to even think what my mum was going through. Yeah, she would have been heavily pregnant with me, running around in the bombs and rifle shots and things, but that's where I came.
was like, you know, did you have like electricity, like computers and stuff?
Wow. When we first came, computer, we don't know what it was. We didn't have any computers. Yes, electricity, houses did have electricity, but it's nothing like what it is. I'll give you a bit of how, say, Rossendale was. Yeah. I lived in a house with my brother and sisters. We didn't have the kitchen that you see when you go home. It wasn't like that. It would be a small, say, you know, going down cellar, you go the stairs. When you come up the stairs, there's a bit of a bit of landing and the door. That landing would literally be the kitchen. So you'll have a little cooker and a little sink, yeah? And then when you turn the tap on, you won't get hot water because there wasn't central heating. There'd be a big boiler somewhere that you have to switch on, wait for that to heat up with some water, then that water would come. If that water finishes, it's cold, yeah? You didn't have central heating, you didn't have gas fires. You had fireplace, you had to throw wood in it or throw coal in it. And even then the house was dirty and smoky. Or you had electric heater, yeah? Bathroom, we didn't have a bathroom in the house. We had a street of, say, 10 houses, and the bathroom was right at the end. There were rows of toilets. No shower, no bath, just toilets. So in the morning we used to wake up early before going to school, and all brothers and sisters would go together to those toilets. And even then some of the toilets were dirty, blocked and everything. Do you want to know where my bathroom was? You know the cellar? We had a big stone there. Yeah, big stone. And my mum used to heat water up in kettle and handy. She used to boil water, and downstairs the cellar there was a big bucket about that big. She used to take water and fill that up to half, and then take cold water and then fill it to the top. And then on the stone we would stand and she would give us soap and use that water to clean us. Yeah? And then Dad used to treat us every 2 weeks. He used to take us with little plastic bags with our underwear and everything and take us to bake up. And in bake up there used to be bake up baths. Yeah? So Dad used to pay to get 2 cubicles, one for him and one for us boys, and fill the bath up, big bath, with loads and loads of water. And throw us in there, and we used to still have swim and wash ourselves. For hours we used to be there. So we used to have a bath once every 2 weeks really. Whereas now you have shower every day. Yeah. Computers. Computer came a long time after. Yeah, I was in my 3rd or 4th year in high school when computer first came. So I was like 13, 14. And even then you laugh your head off. You don't switch on now and the computer comes up. You had cassette players, you have to put cassettes in. And I used to play. Half an hour later you used to load up the program. And then it might even die down, you might not load it properly. Yeah. Amstrad 64. Yeah. Yeah, these were my computers. So you're very, very fortunate nowadays what you've got.
How were the grocery shops?
There weren't any.
So you just...
I'll tell you about halal meat. How we used to get the halal meat. Do you know Rossendale well?
Not really well, but I know
Okay.
parts of it.
Well, maybe if you ask your youth workers who work with you, they'll show you where it is. Do you guys go up New Church Road? As you go up New Church Road, you come to the couple of bends, and you go up. On your left hand side, there's some new houses. Yeah, Johnny Barnes something.
Top
Yeah.
Barn Close.
No, not Top Barn. Is it before that or after? After Top Barn. No, before Top Barn, sorry. As you go to the bend, as you're going up, new houses on your side. It's called Johnny Barnes something. The lovely houses. That used to be a slaughterhouse. Yeah? So what you do is, one guy, Muslim guy, used to come with a crew to chop sheep, slaughter sheep every 2 weeks or something. So we used to know him, and he used to tell us, I'm going to come such a day. So we're going to say, right, can you slaughter a sheep for us? I'll go, I'll pick it up. Did I go and pick up with my car? Why not? I didn't have a car. You know what I took? Pram. I used to push a pram all the way up to there. So he used to slaughter the sheep for me, cut in 3 pieces, and put in a big black bag and put it on the pram for me. Yeah? So I used to bring it all the way down to my house again. And then my dad would get a big chopper and big, wood block, and we used to chop it all up to small pieces. And then we used to, did we have a fridge freezer then? We didn't, did we? No. You know what we used to do? When they used to chop it all up to small things, they used to get a big pan and half cook it with onion and leave it. So on the shelf, when they want to cook, they used to take a few spoons out into another pan and then make the curry. Yeah, vegetables. It's just what you used to obtain from like market. You never used to have Bengali vegetables, but a guy used to come round with some vegetable every so often, not regular. But you just lived life as it is. What you could get, potatoes was quite really easily available. So you just did your days with potatoes and things like that.
Did you have a lot of friends?
I did have a lot of friends. I was a very popular man. I loved my school every day. My school, it doesn't exist anymore. It was on Henry Street. It's all houses now, St. Mary's. Well, it was very, very strict. I mean, nowadays school is very, very easy, I think, because teachers aren't that strict. Our teachers were very strict. You had to go in on time. You had to be dressed right. You have to eat your dinner. If you didn't eat, they come up to you, show eyes at you, so you have to eat. You're scared. You know what the biggest thing was? Headmaster used to have a belt on his table. Yeah, that big and that thick.
You used to whip you at school?
He never whipped me,
Alright.
but he kept it on his table, and you know what he used to have? A British flag on it. Yeah. And what he used to do, I saw it one day, one boy was naughty, so he called him into the office, and I went as well. So he got the belt, and the British stamp, he put that onto black ink, and said, "Boy, give your hand." So he gave it, and he went, "Shh." And what was there?
Mark.
The British flag was there. Yeah?
As in mark.
Mark, just a mark that you got the belt.
Oh.
So you go to school, you behaved, you did well. Otherwise what? You will end up in headmaster's office. So you never be naughty, you never swore at school, you always been good, you tried to work hard. Yeah, and then I went to high school. High school as well, it doesn't exist. Alder Grange is still there, but I didn't go. I went to this Alder Grange for two years, but I went to the old Alder Grange before. And I think you got central heating more than anything, bigger, lovely rooms. That was old building. Half the time it was cold. But I loved my school, never missed it. Don't you guys miss it as well? Yeah? No? Good. Anything else?
Did you used to get hit in school or anything?
By who?
Teachers?
No, teachers never hit me. But you got people hit you because don't forget we were in the time when there wasn't that many Bengali people in the town. There's a lot of English people, some people were nice to you, but generally a lot of people were nice, but you had odd ones who had to go at you. But then what do? You don't retaliate, you don't fight. You go and tell the teacher. They'll look after you for that, they'll sort it out.
Alright, and last question. How do you offer any words of advice for the next generation?
Advice? There's a lot of advice. First and foremost, I would say you guys are in a golden era. You've got opportunities, far more opportunities that we'd had. For example, taking advantage of the education system. This is one primary thing that a lot of the youths of nowadays aren't taking advantage of. This country gives you the chance to have good education, furthering education, which opens up your avenues. Yeah? So education a must. To all youth, please. Heads down, education. Take that as a priority. Once you've done, 18, 20 years of your life in education? But I can guarantee good education will give you a good life. So 40, 50 years after that, you'll have a better life. Saddest thing is we have the opportunity and we don't take it. Yeah? So education, definitely.
you for
Welcome.
participating.
Well, thank you.